guys. So glad you're here tonight. We got a little special something for you tonight. So we celebrated our 2023-2024 seniors. But I decided to bring back some old people to talk to y'all. These are some of the 2022-2023 seniors. Crazy. So why don't y'all introduce yourself, like who you are, what you do, what life looks like 1 year removed from high school.
What's up, guys? Hey. My boys. I gotta say, first off, graduation, seniors, congratulations. You guys did amazing. You survived. My name is Connor. I went to Zeeland East High School, and currently now I'm at Calvin. Go Chicks. Now I'm at Calvin. Go Knights. And I'm a mechanical engineer major.
It's a good degree. That's a great degree.
What's up, guys? I'm Justin Kuiper. Went to West Ottawa. Now at Hope College, so I guess I have to say go Dutch, right? Yeah, play on the men's soccer team there.
Let's go. And what position do you play on the men's soccer team?
Goalkeeper.
All right.
Hi guys, my name is Lauren. If you don't know, I have two younger brothers who still go here.
Yeah, and you're only allowed to say anything if you won the Star Wars trivia, but Caden, you did not win.
I graduated from Hamilton High School.
Go Hawks.
I now go to Hope, so I think we win then because we get 2-1. And I am a double major of secondary education and English literature.
Secondary education and English literature. Wow, amazing. So, I mean, just really quickly, y'all said your degrees. Justin, did you say your degree?
I did not. I'm also English literature.
All right. So, what is your hopeful job that you hope to get to with this degree? I guess is my question for all of y'all. Real quick.
I want to go back and be a high school English teacher, hopefully in Hamilton, but somewhere in the area.
All right. I've heard good things about teaching at Hamilton. Okay. We got one in the room.
So yeah, with my English literature degree, the eventual dream is to be a writer, like an author of novels, fiction, stuff like that. Spade over there, gosh. Reading is great, guys. And yeah, until then, probably work in publishing or something like that.
Yeah, with mechanical engineering, I just want to invent stuff to help people, and maybe aerodynamics. Who knows?
There you go. Okay, let's chat about first year. Y'all are all in college, so I want to hear when you think back on your first year, what was maybe one of your highlights from the first year of college?
I got to say, highlights for me, friends, finding new people. I mean, beginning of college, basically, you just have a giant name tag right here, just being you have to repeat yourself. Hi, my name's Connor. Nice to meet you. Hi, my name's Connor. It's just never ending. Never
like
ending.
A politician, but
yeah.
You're trying to recruit friends, not people to vote for you.
Yeah, you got to recruit your group. You got to go. But yeah, I found most joy in meeting new people, all from other countries too.
Yeah, I definitely echo that. It's hard for me to choose, I think, just one moment. But I think looking back, the fondest memories for me were just kind of the in-between moments, just late night ice cream runs, out to the beach, movie nights, cards, and friends' dorm rooms, stuff like that. So just those little moments that don't really stand out, but I think those are the best memories for me.
I would second that. I think it's hard to look back on a year and choose one thing that was the best moment. I think it's a lot about the people that you choose to be with and the things you choose to do that make it that time. So I don't know, if I could choose one thing, I would say also finding my friend group and just figuring out myself a little bit.
That's awesome. I love that. It's cool to see that friendships have just been such a good part of your journey, in a good way, being able to find that. When you think back, even before college, okay, let's take it all the way back to where you guys are at. Thinking back to high school and now thinking forward to college, what are some of the biggest differences in your high school life and your college life? What changed in your life?
I definitely didn't realize how much time I spent on homework in high school. And that's not to say you'll have more or less in college, but it definitely takes a very different form, and you choose to do it at way weirder times.
What time are you working on homework, Lauren?
weird, like midnight sometimes, 2 a.m., 8 in the morning. Like, anytime you can do homework, you will do homework. And times you should be doing homework, you won't do homework. But yeah, I think that's honestly the biggest difference I see. And then just you find friends in the weirdest places. And like you discover new things that you liked that you didn't think you liked because you didn't have time to figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think when I was starting college, a word that was thrown out a lot was like independence. Like you get a lot of independence in college, and that's definitely true. I think like a lot of you guys though, maybe like independence was something that I really wanted. Like I wanted to be out from my parents' roof and all that. But I think with independence comes like more responsibility. Because all of a sudden you have to think and act like an adult a little bit. You have to figure out what things you're going to prioritize in life. Like no one's making you go to church anymore. Like those are decisions you have to make for yourself. So I'd say just the level of independence was unexpected, and just I think the responsibility that came with that too.
Yeah, I would say responsibility as well, and time management. I mean, honestly, all-nighters, did a few of those. Yeah. But I gotta say, it's totally different from high school. Whatever you expect, you're gonna be blown away by it, because God's gonna do great things over there with you. So yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. It sounds like you guys are all grinding away at the school stuff. With all the challenge that comes with that, like academically, friendships, trying to find your people, trying to be independent, doing your own laundry, I'm assuming, unless you all got lucky, living closer to home. What are some like resources or like support systems, or like what kinds of things in college have you found that have helped you to succeed with some of the things that have been challenging?
Call your parents. Like this is so understated, but I mean, just keeping a connection with your parents and, talking about all the problems you got. It's a really great resource, an untapped resource sometimes that we don't think about when we're trying to be independent from our parents.
Yeah, I'd say just expand your horizons and form relationships with a lot of different kinds of people. Obviously, you're gonna meet a lot of people your age, and that's great. But I think one of the greatest joys for me in college is actually just making relationships with adults. I think in high school, for me, a lot of my relationships with adults were based on my parents. Like I'm the son of so and so, so I know this person. But I think being able to get to know like pastors and mentors and stuff like that of my own initiative was really nice for me. And there's a lot of wisdom to glean there if you look for it. So.
Yeah, I would add to that, use your resources. Colleges have so many resources that you don't even realize until you get onto campus. And some of them you think you'll never use, and then you have a moment where you just need that. Similar to finding multiple friendships, like you will have friends in every class most likely, and being able to have friendships in every class and know that like you have people you can work on homework with and you can ask questions and everyone is in the same boat is more comforting than you think it will be. That's
great. I agree with what you're talking about, how colleges just have so many resources. Like I am in college, so I actually think I go where your dad went, Justin, but I finished my final paper, and then immediately after I finished, I found out that you like get a free Grammarly Pro subscription with your college admission. So there's just so much that they're trying to give you that you just have to look for and take advantage of and not miss spelling errors, But hey, would you guys share? You talked about how friendships have been really beneficial, but let's get in the weeds a little, just a little bit more in that realm, because I think friendships are such a big deal. I would imagine all of us we all appreciate the significance of friendships, either because we have great friends or because we just don't really have great friends. And so would you share, what are some of your experiences on how you actually made friendships in college? Where did you find these friends? How did you, become their friend? Because for the most part, I'm assuming y'all don't know each other going into college. These are a lot of just random people. So how did you make friends?
Yeah, so I got really lucky with that, and that my roommate is one of my best friends from high school and middle school. So I had a built-in best friend going into college. But then we also became friends with some other girls that lived in our dorm. And my dorm situation was kind of unique in that we are built to make friendships. It's an all-freshman girl dorm, and it's set up with a living room in the middle, so you automatically make friends with people just because you're hanging out in the same space. Along those same lines, the friends from my major group have been some of the most beneficial friendships I've had and have helped me to grow a lot. Just talk to lots of people, honestly. Like, even if you're just looking for somewhere to sit in the dining hall and like all the tables are full but one table has one spot left, just ask if you can sit there. Make friends. Nobody cares in college. If you just say hi to someone random, they don't care. Like, everyone is there to make friends and grow in relationships, and everyone's in the same boat as you, honestly.
Yeah, so being on the men's soccer team, I was lucky enough to kind of come in with like 30 built-in friends in some ways, which is really nice. But aside from that, I am an introvert, so it is a little bit harder for me to get to know people quickly. And there's really no science to it, honestly. I'd say I think what was really helpful for me is coming into college, you can kind of feel a lot of pressure to always be with people, to always be around them, to always try to make those connections, which is a good thing to do. But I think you have to listen to yourself too and what you need and try to find like a rhythm every day of being with people and being with yourself and being with the Lord. When those three things are balanced out, then I think that you'll have greater flourishing in all three areas of life.
Yeah, I would say going in college, one thing that we don't really realize is that the other person's scared as well. They kind of don't know how to make friends yet. They really want to make friends, and just making that step forward and that leap of faith just brings that connection even deeper with all your friends. I was lucky to do a wilderness expedition, and I did 58 miles kayaking with a bunch of great friends, and from that point, we grew our group throughout the year just by asking people, and now right before the end of the year, we went to a restaurant, and we brought 32 people. It's crazy.
Connor's a young adult pastor. He doesn't even know it. That's crazy, bro. Let's go. Pastor of the kayaks. Come on. So I think it's obvious you guys all went into college and just being out of high school, like as Christians, y'all are believers. What would you share some experiences maybe where that faith that you carried into college was actually challenged or even strengthened as you went into college?
Yeah, I would say college, it's an opportunity for a bunch of perspectives and experiences from different people to come together and to debate and to talk. And you'll have daily talks about different types of faith and different other people's faith, and basically sharing your own faith and getting to understand everybody else's background and gaining a further connection with people.
Yeah, something specific that I did. There's this program at Hope. I don't know how widespread it is. It might be at other schools, called Exodus 90, which is like this 90-day program where you sacrifice certain things in your life in order to grow closer to God. And I did this with a group of my teammates. So like for 90 days, you take cold showers. You're not allowed desserts, no sweet drinks, no social media, no frivolous internet use, just like you're kind of living like a monk all of a sudden. And then you pray for like 20 to 30 minutes a day, and that's a requirement, which really did stretch me. I think the program is set up to take seriously when Jesus says, like, take up your cross and follow me. And I realized I'd been a Christian my whole life, but I'd never really actually sacrificed anything for him. So that really was a profound experience for me. And I think I do see the effects. Like, there was something that happened in my life, and I realized after Exodus, my first instinct, like my knee-jerk reaction, was all of a sudden prayer. Which, if you knew me, you'd know that that's usually like the last thing I go to, unfortunately. So yeah, I just recommend. I don't know again if Exodus 90 is at other campuses, but if it is, look into that. And if it isn't, then I'm sure that there's other programs that'll help you grow in your faith, like Exodus did for me.
I love that. Guys, we're doing that next week at Engedi students. Okay, get ready for cold showers. That's the joke. Thank you. All right.
I will be super honest. I struggled a lot my first semester to figure out a balance of everything and to find out what worked for me in college, because it was very different than what worked for me in high school. Obviously, we all go to Christian colleges, so it's really easy for us to access chapel services and church services and things like that. And if you do go to a Christian college or a college that has chapel services, I highly encourage you to go. It's just a great place to find connection and find people that you are able to walk in your faith with. With that being said, I think the biggest thing for me was just finding a routine and figuring out what worked for me. And I honestly didn't find that until the new year, when I was forcing myself to start a resolution and to figure it out. But taking time to figure out your own routine and what works for you.
That's so good. And it's so real that college and young adulthood can just be such a challenge for your faith. I mean, we don't think about it until we're there, because you encounter the independence, and it just makes it really like you have to pick it up and choose it every day. And it's so real. And I love your vulnerability with that, and to hear that you've found some great things that have worked for you in this new semester and all that. So what steps for each of you guys, what are some steps that you've taken? Give them some tangible stuff. What are some steps that you've taken over the last school year that have helped cultivate your faith? And Justin, I think you gave a great one right there, but what are some things that you've done, things you've found successful that have made it easier to cultivate that faith in your life?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things I like in this new year is I've been doing books of the Bible for my devotions. So there are these plans on YouVersion, and if you want to know, I can share them with you or something like that. But it goes through each book of the Bible, and you focus on one chapter of the book a day. And I hate reading the Bible in order. I can't start at Genesis and go all the way through. I have to pick my own order. And I've been able to just do that, and having that time to focus just on one chapter. And then also having a journaling Bible is a great resource, and being able to write down your thoughts and write down what you're learning and then look back on what you learned in that book. That's been one of my biggest things, is having a Bible that I like. First of all, that's really important. And then finding devotions that I like.
Yeah, I think it is difficult sometimes in college to find the time to be with the Lord. It's really busy. You feel like you're constantly running around from one thing to the next. But I remember there's one story in Scripture specifically that really spoke to me this year, and it was when Elijah went up to the mountain and God passed by, and he wasn't in the earthquake, wasn't in the fire, the loud, noisy things, and he was in this gentle whisper that was so quiet that if Elijah hadn't been still, he probably wouldn't have heard it. And so I think that's been something really that I've learned throughout this year, just how important it is in the midst of the busyness, in the midst of the noise, to carve out little spaces of stillness where you can listen to the Lord, where you can be with the Lord. And it doesn't have to be long. It can just be little moments throughout the day where you sit with the Lord. So.
Yeah, I would say time too. I mean, just finding those little spaces to pray, little spaces just to spend time and just sit in silence and let all that chaos around you just kind of subside. Because, college is chaotic. You got a lot of things going on. You got assignments due. It's never ending. I still have nightmares about it. But yeah, finding those little moments just to pray and just to be with God. I also found a lot through conversations, just starting off a conversation. Hey, how's your faith? Or how is your heart? How are you doing? It gives a great growth in me, just to see other people's relationships with God and helping them go along the way with that.
That's so good. Well, I have a couple more questions that I've been stewing on that I didn't tell you all about. So we'll see. Put you on the spot. So I'd love to hear. You guys were probably told a lot of things going into college, like, hey, expect this. Think about this. This is gonna happen. You're gonna get invited to this. This is going to be a challenge. What things that people told you were you like, yeah, that's not a thing at all? And then maybe what is something where it's like, oh, I wish they told me that. What the heck? This is real.
Yeah, I would say a lot of your high school teachers, they prepare you a lot for college. I would say any AP classes you're taking, any AP years, all those essays you do, all those very hard tests and stuff like that. it doesn't really. There's not a lot of that chaotic, like really hard in college I've found so far. I mean,
Connor's crushing school, guys. This
Oh,
is
no.
amazing. Come on.
I would say for how intense they say it is not that intense. I would say it's when you come into it, they want to build you up, and they want you to be successful. They want you to succeed in college. They want you to get good grades. Each professor, each individual one of them, they want you to be the best that you can be, no matter what. Yeah. And I believe that's something that high school teachers kind of undersay a little bit. They say they're there to, degrade you or get you down, but still they're there to help you, and they're there to love you and just pull you on your way. They even let you go in office hours and talk to them personally about, if you have anything going on with your life.
That's great.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of warned me that there'd be like a party scene and that there'd be a lot of peer pressure to go to things like that. And to be fair, there is a party scene at every school, but the thing is, like, you get what you go for when you go to college. You're gonna find what you're looking for. And so I think yeah, there was a lot of worry from other people about peer pressure and stuff to do things like that. But I've found so far that there really isn't. And I feel like, I don't go to stuff like that, and I feel like there actually is respect from some people when you make that choice not to do that. So yeah, you're gonna find what you're looking for in college.
That's so good. And what I want to highlight with you and all you guys is just it seems like y'all are all very purposeful with what you're there to do in college. Like with all that stuff, like party scene, all that stuff, it is a temptation for people that are in something without a clear purpose. But y'all have a clear purpose of saying, like, I'm going to do 90 days, cold showers, whatever. Also, I'm going to train for soccer. I'm going to write. I'm going to do my studies, and I'm going to have great friends, and I'm going to be involved with church, like very purposeful things. And I think the devil really does look for people that are purposeless, but when we're purposeful, it is like such a superpower to keep us from temptation.
I would say definitely your professors are there to help you. I think high school teachers in general have a sense that college is going to be a lot like high school. And in some ways it really is, and in other ways it definitely isn't. Your professors have chosen their career path because they believe in it, and that's what they feel strongly called to. And hopefully, if you're on a career path that you are excited for, you will feel the same way. But your professors want to help you. If you ask them questions, they will answer them. There is going to be the odd professor that is not that way. I can't tell you that all professors are going to be like that. But for the most part, your professors will want to help you and will answer your questions. We had a professor that maybe wasn't like that. But then you will find classmates that will help you and will answer questions.